Alright, so the 97 lost compression in the number 3 cylinder. It overheated, and then shortly after the overheating I started having rough engine problems. So compression check, no, very low compression, number 3 cylinder. I don't believe anything's broke on it. I believe it's just the head gasket, since those are notorious for going whenever the Jeep gets hot. So yeah, we're going to try changing the head gasket and see if that fixes it, and see if we see anything wrong with the valves while we're in there. And if that don't get it, then another engine swap. When will it end? First step, remove the negative battery. Air box has got to come out. To remove the manifold, you have to remove the power steering pump. There's 3 bolts. I think it's necessary to take the fan out to get to this, but I'm going to do it just to make it easier. You just take the pump out of the way. So I gotta take all the throttle cables off. This one's easy to do. You just take the slack off of it and pull it back. This one you gotta push off with a screwdriver. Just stick a screwdriver in between it. Okay, so now there's a bunch of 10mm bolts holding these things on. And that should just come out. And we can set that aside. This back bolt is right up against the injector. I don't want to have to take the injector out, so I'm going to try to get a creative. I managed to get that back bolt out without taking the fuel rail off. I used this Duralast, I don't know what the part number is on that, 73879. I'm holding it up to a regular ratchet. See, it's got a smaller head on it. I was able to get in there. Now it's time to empty the radiator juice, and the easiest way to do that is, now that the manifold is off, is just take the lower radiator hose off, which is this hose right here. Make sure you have it emptied into a pan. The reason why you want to pour it into a pan or a bucket and dispose of it properly, means I throw it out in the woods where it won't form a puddle. You don't want to form a puddle for long, because this stuff smells sweet and it attracts animals. Animals drink it, and it's very toxic for them, shuts down their kidneys. Very bad way to die. Kind of smells like pancake syrup. Tastes like pancake syrup, but brother, it ain't pancake syrup. Yeah, pretty good. But make sure you dispose of it properly. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take the manifold off. Those 2 bolts, I think it'd be easier to try to get it back on. Trying to manhandle it from up here is kind of hard. Plus, while I got it off, I'm going to inspect it and make sure I don't have any cracks in it. So, yeah. So I got this ground I need to take off. Remove the thermostat housing. You want to keep all the rockers and rods together and put them back where you found them. Use a breaker bar. Those torque head bolts are on tight. Yep, my socket broke. Not sure, but it looks like this water pump bolt is going into the head. So I'm going to get and take it out. I'm going to try not to take the pulley off. I'm just going to see if I can just back it out far enough that it's not in the head. It wasn't. And then I numbered my spark plug wires. Another unforeseen event. Air conditioning mounting bracket bolts are into the head. 14 millimeter gets it. Much easier. Well, it's true what they say. That thing is heavy, weighs a ton. I can probably get it out by myself. I can get my cherry picker and put a bolt on it and lift it out. I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to come back with an ox and we'll have him pull it out, or help me pull it out.
I pick things up and I put them down.
All these were the same size. All right.
Maybe it's one of the years, I guess, maybe.
That back left bolt goes in with the head. Need help?
No, I'm just trying to get my fingers out of here, that's all.
And put it on a dowel rod. There. That one goes there. These go on the outside.
So the long ones go on the outside?
Here's the torque, pattern, spec, and sequence. They all get tightened to 110, except for this front bolt that goes into the water jacket. It gets torqued to 100 with a little bit of thread sealant on it. The first round is 22 pounds, then 45 pounds, then 110. Make sure you put the rockers and the push rods back where they came from. I don't know if you can tell how bent these are, but you can bend them into shape. Putting on the valve cover, you have these little washers. Mine came with the new set. You just pop them out. New ones look like this, so you have to take the metal washer off of it. Just pop it in, push the washer through it. Boom, you're done. Easy peasy. All right, so the valve cover's got a direction on it. See these little holes here? They go over those two head bolts that had studs on them. They go on that head bolt that had that stud. It's got one on that end, one on that end. You put the valve cover back on. I think it went like this. I'm not sure what the torque on this is. I was always told that 14 pounds for anything outside the engine that's not structural. I'm going to pretend I'm torquing it and I'll look it up later and I'll just put a picture of it down. Snap! Look, the only reason is these little nubs. In case you're wondering how the gasket goes, you just line up these nubs on the intake. Line up. put the manifold bolts on and or nuts washers just finger tight. The bottom manifold bolts you can start, just don't screw them in too far. Then the manifold just slides down on them. There's a torque pattern on it and also a torque spec, but good luck getting a torque wrench on that thing. I use a good German method of good and tight. Plug everything back in. Reinstall the power steering pump. Don't forget to install the water pump bolt that you needlessly took out. And don't forget the 2 bolts on the air conditioning bracket. Alright, so there you have it. Head gasket seemed to solve the issue. I'm not getting a misfire in the number 3. I haven't checked compression on it. I'm kind of scared, but it started up and runs better than it did before. Still running good. And that's it. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. Don't like what you see, don't do anything, because we don't care about that crap. Got some time to kill? Check out my podcast, 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast. It's a podcast for the off-road with a short attention span. Got even more time to kill? Check out this video. It's my favorite, or this other one. It's a good one too. Don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell thing so I can annoy you at 4 in the morning when all this awesome content is available. And as always, thanks for watching.